Hey everybody, camera setup and recording for the YCShout. So right here, a couple things. You're going to plug in your lights, turn those all on. You want to make sure you have full coverage on the green screen in the back. When you slide your camera in, you've got to depress the little button and then secure the side right there with that little knob. Turn your power button on, put your shotgun mic in, and plug in your audio connection points with the XLRs right there. You want both channel 1 and channel 2 plugged in. Check that connection, see right there, it should be right in the middle between channel 1 and channel 2. You're getting an audio signal. Now you want to check your white balance and make sure it's always set to tungsten. You can push record and your red button starts on the LCD screen. Go ahead and record your host. When you're done, then you just turn your camera off and all the steps in reverse. Put everything away, your shotgun mic goes right back in the sleeve, and you turn off all of your lights, unhook the camera, and take that with you. Now we jump into the editing aspect. When you get in the office, you're going to go to Michelle's file, grab the little USB connector, connect that to the computer and the camera, and then with the camera, you'll go into the transfer button, select the from memory at the bottom, open up iPhoto. And the very bottom one is usually the file you want to import. So you select that. Once it's imported, you drag and drop it onto the desktop and you can close iPhoto. Now it's time to open up Final Cut Pro. Alright, Final Cut Pro open. We have the YCShout folder that we're opening up, and you go to the hard drive. You're going to navigate down to the desktop. Go to the desktop, and this is where we're going to find our source clip. That clip 171, that's the one we just recorded. And we're going to pop that in. It says we're adding this to the YCShout event. We want to leave the files in place, and that imports it directly into your libraries tab. Okay, so the first order of business, you'll have all of this footage already there. You're going to grab the entire clip and drag it down onto your timeline. Okay, and once it's there, then you're going to go ahead and edit it all together. But there are a few things we need to do first in order to get that clip prepared to edit down. Okay, and there's a couple of ways of doing this. This is just one of those ways. You can see right now I'm playing the clip. You can't hear it, but I just adjusted my audio so that it would be about midway. And I want to adjust my audio levels so that over on the right hand side where your audio meter is, right there, it's going to show you. You want to be between that -6 and 0 range for your audio for it to play properly. Okay, you see I pushed the B button, that's for blade, and then A again for the pointer, and I selected that clip I didn't want and discarded it. I just hit delete. So here I'm blading again, cutting, and I'm playing through and listening to Michelle talk. She's delivering a message right there, and I just realized that I need to key out the green screen in the back. And so as soon as I come and find the right spot that I want to get this, I'm going to go over and key out this section. So this is the effects button over on the right. You're going to click that and open up that effects tab, and it says right there keying. Keying is where you just remove color information. And so I'm going to select key and drag that over onto both of these clips that I've created. And what that does, you'll see right here, it goes boop, and the black background is there. Basically, we just removed all the green color information. This is the keying effects window over in that inspector area. Also, you have a crop section. You can see right there where I'm pointing, there are portions that didn't key out completely, and so you can trim the left and the right hand sides, the top and the bottom. But that's only in the cases where it doesn't quite get all the pieces. So you continue this process all the way through, and you cut using the blade tool again. That's the B button, the shortcut on the keyboard. And I kind of fast forwarded there. I'm clicking in that timeline at the top, and that's the part I want to discard. I highlight it with the A button again. The A button is the pointer or the cursor, and you can select things with it. So here I'm cutting again, and I'm discarding all of this because I know I can tell the volume is kind of low and it's not going to be information that we want. So I listen again and I realize, okay, this is the spot I need to cut right here before the next bit of information. Hit the A button, select that clip and delete, and it goes away. So you continue in this fashion all the way down until you have all of your bits of information nicely edited. We're not doing any kind of fancy transitions or anything right now. We're just making sure that we have our rough edits in place. And now you can see that the edits are complete and we've got all of our pieces there one after the other. We've eliminated any of the ums and the ahs and the stuff in the middle that we don't want to have within the finished product. You highlight all of those clips in the middle. You're going to right click or control click if you're using your Apple. Have a drop down menu that says detach audio. And as soon as you hit detach audio, then that audio will separate from the clips themselves and pop up underneath. You can see right now I'm taking the end clip that we were keeping and I'm coming over and arranging it in the right spot. And what I'll do is I'll start to bring in the elements that were already present. So our bumper, the words that we had, I'll slide those into place as well as make them fit to size and make sure that our audio fits. The song says Together right there, that's the name of the song. That fits as well with where we've arranged that last clip. Once I move the background piece over and the text piece, I can erase the old little bit of footage. And now I've got my new piece that's there and everything is timed properly because I moved my song over in the right spot. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up above, after I listen to it again, I'm going to move up above the logo and some of the words to match up with the background so it doesn't overlap visually with what I'm seeing on the screen. I'm going to do the same thing at the very front, so I'm taking my new clip and I'm dropping it in place, and I'm taking my old, it says Della Chambers right there, I'm taking the old title, the bumper, the lower thirds bumper, and I'm moving it over to the new clip. You see that little line there and it connects to the new clip now. I'll do the same thing. Again, I'm showing you those lines that associate with each different clip. You see there, I just zoomed in. The way you do that is you press Command plus. You hold Command down and push plus. And if you want to zoom out, it's Command negative or subtract the minus sign. So plus and minus. And what I'm doing now is I double clicked on the lower thirds text bumper. And when I did that, it automatically went into a text box. So I can go up and rearrange and edit the text that's in there, and I put Michelle's name in there properly. Now, as I said before, I wanted to move the background over and size it correctly to the new clip. And so what I've done is I've dragged that over. The old clip now is free of anything that is connected to it except for that song right there that I just clicked on. So together I'm going to bring that over and apply it to the new clip. Now I can select the old clip and delete it. It's no longer needed. You'll notice everything kind of moved right over. It's a great thing about Final Cut Pro and any of these software-based systems. It allows you to just move things over immediately. What I'm doing now is I'm erasing all of the old audio, detached audio clips, and we don't need those because we have the new ones, and we want to get the new ones that Michelle presented, and we're going to drag those over in place of where the old ones were and drop them right in place. You can line it up. The nice thing about Final Cut Pro also, it has those guidelines, the yellow lines that pop up, and so that's very, very helpful when you're trying to align things properly. You can also see that the background there is a little too short for what we need it to be. And so what I'm doing is I'm dragging that section over, and then I'm going to line it up to that final audio clip. And now I'm taking the logo and I'm going to extend it out so that it continues on. You can see right up there in the playhead, and Michelle's on the screen, and the logo's in the lower right. It continues on past the background section. Now we have all of these video clips that are over here. We can highlight all of those and delete them because we don't need them. We were just using the detached audio. And I did Command minus again so I can see the entire video zoomed out. And I'm going to grab this clip right here, which is the tail end of our song. You can see there that I've got they're the white dots. Those are different points. I use the option button that's between Control and Command on the Mac keyboard. When I hold that down and select in an audio timeline or playhead line in a clip, it makes a white dot and allows me to manipulate those lines. I can move them up and down. So you don't necessarily have to do that because it's already done for you here. It's just a matter of lining up the audio in the right spot. But you'll notice there's a big gap right here. And so what you want to do is you want to duplicate the looped audio clip from the song, and you just do that by selecting one. Command C is copy, and then Command V is paste. And as soon as you paste it, a new one will pop up. And then you just slide that right into place, align it on the left hand side, and then drag the right hand side in, because you don't want the audio to overlap with another audio clip. You also notice that I haven't done any transitions between those audio clips. The main reason why is because the audio is pretty low there. The song is just meant to be a background deal, and it's barely noticeable when it goes from one looped section to the next. Next thing is you'll notice all of our text at the top. And so the way we've arranged this video, when it plays, you've got each message popping up in the form of your text, and we have 4 messages that are present right now. I think we're going to add a 5th one here in a moment. What I'm doing here is the Upward Soccer registration. That one, it was a message that we already did last week, and so I don't need to retype it. I can just grab that one and drag it over. That's the first message that we have on the Shout. And so you can see I'm dragging the right hand side and matching up to where it needs to end. And the next message is our first groups, I believe. And so I can drag that one over and line it up with the next clip. Again, that's where these the guidelines come in very, very handy, the yellow guidelines, because I can just drag and drop it right over. You continue to do that with all the text, with the ones that you have that don't need to be changed. I always double check all the details. In addition to that, you need to maybe create a new one. What you'll do is the same thing. You'll select one of those title clips and do the same thing. Command C for copy and Command V for paste, and it'll pop on the timeline. You drag it into the spot you want, and then you double click on it when you have it selected. When you do that, it opens up the text box in the inspector on the upper right hand side of your screen, and you can type in the text box the new information. You'll need to go to the video tab up there on the upper right and select that as well in order to move that new bit of text into place. There's a proportions bar that you click, an icon that you click under video. And finally, when you're done, you go right over here to the right hand side, you select on your share project button, go to master file, and you're going to save that, put in the correct information. So ours is the May 30th and 31st weekend for our worship service, and put that in and hit next. Then the window will pop up as to the destination. We always save it to the desktop so it's easy to find. You click save, and it will automatically start rendering that file and pop it onto the desktop. When it's finished, it'll say share successful in the upper right hand side and a little pop-up tab, and you can then take that finished file and you're going to go to the company file in your hard drive, and that's on the server. If you don't have the server open, you'll have to get somebody at the office to help you out with that and open it up, so that you go to the company file, then you'll go to production, and under production you go to weekend program. You select the appropriate year. We're in 2015 right now, so you select 2015, and then you go to weekly files and then drag the finished video project into that weekly file folder and drop it in there, and you're done. Great job.